Hello, this is Trevor Lewis, and here's another video from the Voyager Middle School STEAM Lab. In this video, we're going to revolve to make a vase in SketchUp. So we're going to start with a millimeter template, and I've already named my file and set my folder. So I'm going to zoom in down here at the origin, and you can see I want to be closer because I want to make something vase size. So if that's a person, I don't want it to be much bigger than about like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to revolve using the Follow Me tool. So you should have already seen the video about how to revolve, but first one I want to do is draw on a vertical plane. I don't have a vertical plane to draw on very easily, so I'm going to draw myself a rectangle, and I'm going to pull it upwards like this. Now I have a nice flat surface to draw on. I don't actually need the whole box though, so I'm going to take the eraser tool, and I'm going to very carefully, without missing any, get all the lines, because I don't want to leave any stray lines around. In fact, I'm going to probably get rid of that person at some point before I 3D print this. So now I've just got a vertical, basically, sheet of paper. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to treat this vase like this is the center of the vase. I'm going to treat this like this is the bottom and this is the top. So I'm not going to change those three lines. I'm just going to change this shape so it's more interesting. So you can do this by drawing with straight lines, or you can draw with arcs. There's a bunch of different arc tools here, and you can pick which kind of arc you'd like. I think the one I like is the 2-point arc. Let's try. So I'm going to start someplace up here. I want my vase to have an opening. Maybe it's about this wide. And I'm going to draw my arc. And you can see I get this reference here. It says tangent. So that would make it so we're going off at an angle. But I probably don't want this to be tangent. I do want to draw on the face. So see that little blue diamond there? It needs to be a blue diamond. So I'm not actually drawing someplace else. But after I click, I can actually tell it how far to arc and which direction. So maybe I want to go there, maybe I want to go there. You can always zoom in and zoom out to get a better arc. So that's the start of my vase shape. Now if I want a smooth shape here, I'm going to start on this endpoint, and I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to see what it looks like. And you can see it's giving me this tangent reference. If I click twice quickly, 1, 2, it's going to lock in that tangent reference. So basically you can't tell where one arc starts and the next arc stops. So I'm going to do that one more time. You can see it's messing up here. It's trying to like snap to some other spot in the world. If you zoom and move around, you can kind of defeat that sometimes. And then it's a double click if you want the same one. Now this time I'm not. This time I'm going to make a sharp point here. So I'm going to go from here to here, but I'm not going to use this tangent arc like that. I'm going to go this way because I want that sharp point. And then for this last one, I'm going to go down, and you'll see I'm not going all the way to the edge. That's okay. So that's the profile that I want. So I don't need these lines out here, so I'm going to erase them. Don't forget this one down here on the bottom. That's right along the axis. It's an easy one to forget. So here's my shape that I want, and I want to use the Follow Me tool. So the Follow Me tool will take a profile like this and move along a path. If I make that path a circle, it will revolve. If I make that circle so that the center of the circle is right along here, that'll be my axis of revolution. So the circle tool is hidden underneath the rectangle tool. Here it is. You can tell SketchUp how smooth you want it. Oops, I made a mistake there. I locked in a reference. I want the blue circle, but I want it set at that endpoint because blue means that the axis of the circle goes along the z-axis, the blue axis. I'm going to go all the way out to this endpoint over here. You can also set how many segments are in the circle by typing in a number with the letter S and then hitting enter. That'll tell you how smooth it is all the way around. Now hopefully this will work for me. Oh, I almost forgot. So in SketchUp, it's hard to hollow out a vase. So if let's go ahead and I'll show you the mistake I almost made. If I use the Follow Me tool and I click on here and then I can go along the circle, you can see as it goes along the circle, it's struggling to go along the circle here, but it's going to be filled in. See that on the top? I'm going to hit Escape key on the keyboard to stop what I'm doing. That's not what I want. So I'm actually going to use another tool, and it's also hidden here with the Push-Pull and the Follow Me tool. It's this Offset tool. So the Offset tool is pretty cool. You can click right here and just draw a line out how far you want. So that'll make that thickness. So I don't want that on the inside and the top, but I do want that here. So what I can do is I can grab my pencil tool and I can say, actually, I want this to go all the way over, right along that red axis. And then up here, I can either just approximate a straight line, or if I'm really fancy, I can try using a arc. And I can hit that tangent to edge spot. Be careful when you're intersecting arcs and straight lines. Oops, I went right through it. Because sometimes this arc can go slightly above that straight line, and you'll end up with a little pocket in there that's going to cause you some grief later on. So I'm getting rid of the inside of my vase already. If you watch my SolidWorks video, SolidWorks can actually do this with an algorithm. I'm also going to show you another way to do the Follow Me tool that's a little bit better when you're revolving. If I want to go all the way around the circle, select the circle first. In fact, just click right on the edge so that you get that edge selected. Then when I choose the Follow Me tool, it already knows where I want to go, and when I click here, it's just going to think real hard, and it's not going to ask me for a path because it knows what path I want. It's just going to give me my shape, hopefully. There it goes. Okay. So that looks pretty good. There's two problems. One is there's nothing on the bottom, and the other is it's inside out. This is dark gray, means that that's the inside of the object, but clearly it's not. So SketchUp didn't quite know what I was after, but that's okay. I'm going to grab the select tool, and I'm going to give it a triple click. So I select everything. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose reverse faces. It'll turn it inside out, which in this case is the right side out. And then I just need to seal up the bottom here. So to seal up the bottom, I'm going to grab my pencil, and I'm going to draw a line all the way across. Make sure I don't hit the inside part. I want to go all the way across the circle. It will fill in that surface, and then I can erase the line. So now that should be a solid. Let's check. I'm going to triple click it again, select the whole thing, and I'm going to make it a group. So that way I'm telling SketchUp that's all together, and then I can go over here to my solid inspector. Let's move me out of the way. And it's going to give me an inspection issue of short edges, and there's 1,320 of them. Well, with a curvy surface like this, each one of these edges is really short. It says that 3D printers have a hard time with that. I've actually never had a problem. So I'm not worried about short edges. I'm only worried about holes. There's no holes in this model, so I think this will 3D print just fine. So if you've made a vase by revolving, just like this, go ahead and save it and go to Google Classroom and add that file so I can have a look at it. Okay,